It's a little bit overcast today, and a lot of people still talking about the storms from last night.
Indeed, had several reports of hail across parts of the southeast and parts of the west metro. In fact, it was enough to kind of push a bunch of leaves off the trees. The trees were like, oh, we're getting ready to fall, and then the hail hit, and it's like, oh, okay, it's gone. The leaves are done. So a little bit of cleanup, so to speak, from some of that. Also some heavy rain, parts of the southeastern metro, 3+ inches of rainfall. So impressive rainfall totals. We're done with that now. Bit of cloud cover this morning. We're now sitting at 74, winds out of the north-northeast at 5 miles an hour. Still some leftover moisture. This is important because it's going to play impact over the next couple of days in terms of our overall conditions. Now we're expecting quiet conditions, generally speaking, but with a breeze off the Lake Superior region, that is a perfect recipe for some low-level clouds and some fog issues over the next couple of days. Right now, though, lots of 70s, some pocket 60s near Lake Superior. Dew points are relatively high, so you walk out the door, you go, okay, yeah, you can feel a little bit of moisture left over as we still have some of that around. Now, because of some of the moisture, cold front actually sliding to our south and east, popping storms right near the Iowa border, but that's as close as they're going to get. Those will continue to dive away. Cloud cover will start to move in from the north and east. So the next couple of mornings, we'll find clouds, we'll find fog, and we'll break into some afternoon sunshine, but very comfortable temperatures over the next 7 days. We'll talk all about it, of course. We'll start up again here in about 8 more minutes.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Cody. It's been nearly 2 weeks now since Charlie Kirk was shot and killed while speaking at an event at Utah Valley University. The conservative activist was holding a Prove Me Wrong event, engaging in debate with college students. And he was scheduled to hold one of those events at the University of Minnesota today. That debate canceled, but his organization, Turning Point USA, moving forward with an event tonight.
The doors will open in about 30 minutes, and our Mike Manzoni is there live for us tonight. Mike, we can already see people starting to file into the auditorium tonight already.
Yes, Simona Kelsey, those doors will be opening any minute now. Several people, dozens, lining up at this moment. The event starts in about an hour or so. And tonight, conservative podcaster Michael Knowles will be the keynote speaker. He'll be standing in for Kirk, who was scheduled, as you mentioned, to host the event before he was shot and killed earlier this month in Utah at another event that was part of this tour. They called it, or are calling it, the American Comeback Tour. Kirk's Turning Point USA is putting on the event. It'll be a discussion about conservative values. The university says its special event security protocols are in place, and that includes banning bags as well as water bottles. Also, you'll need to show a valid government ID, and all guests have to be 18 or older, and they have to register beforehand. Also, we noticed that there is a lot of security at the front there, the front doors where everyone will be filing in momentarily, and you'll notice the metal detectors there. We will be inside and have another update for you after the event's over tonight at 9 and 10 o'clock. For now, we're live in Minneapolis. Mike Manzoni, Fox 9.
All right, thank you, Mike. And developing this afternoon, Jimmy Kimmel will return to the air on ABC tomorrow night. Kimmel was suspended indefinitely last week after he made comments on air about Charlie Kirk's assassination. The Walt Disney Company saying in part, quote, "We have spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy, and after those conversations, we reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday."
A new development today in the battle between the city of Minneapolis and the man who owns a property that turned into a homeless encampment. Fox 9's Corin Hager got an inside look at the negotiations today, and he is live now in Minneapolis tonight. So, Corin, it sounds like there was a setback today.
Yes, Simone, last week, the city and Hammoudi Sabri told the judge that they were near a resolution in their court case, and so the judge put off making any decision. But today, it sounds like those negotiations have broken up, and mainly because Hammoudi Sabri said that he only was willing to wait 30 days to figure things out. The city wanted as many as 90 days, pushing it out into December before making a decision here. And remember, this all started in July with the city demanding that Sabri clean up that encampment on his property. They said it was a public nuisance. They said that there was drug use at the site. They said there was human waste at the site. Sabri at the time said that, you know, the city wasn't offering any alternatives, and so he was just going to keep letting those unhoused folks stay on his property.
Yeah, Corin, it's kind of been just like the battle of two sides that we have just been watching play out. And then, of course, there was the mass shooting at the camp earlier this month. What's the status out there right now?
Yeah, Simone, there were 7 people hit in that mass shooting. One of them later died. And so that is when the city went in and cleaned up the encampment. And today, it pretty much looks the same. We went out there, checked it out. It is basically just an empty parking lot next to an empty building. And on the other side is a charter school. There's even some graffiti out there that says RIP Tent City. Now, the judge actually ordered Sabri to keep that location clean until he makes a ruling. And now the negotiations have blown up. That judge could make a decision at any time.
And of course, we will continue to follow the very latest with this story as it develops. Corin Hoggard reporting live in Minneapolis tonight. Thank you, Corin.
And if you've been driving at all this summer, it seems like there is no end in sight for road construction season, and drivers on Highway 100 are encountering even more headaches on the roadways. Fox 9's Mary McGuire joining us live now. And so, Mary, this construction project hit a big delay that was sorted out after being in limbo for a month or so. What happened?
Well, Kelsey, if you live, work, or just drive through Edina, chances are you've seen this portion of the Vernon Avenue Bridge and Highway 100 interchange project. But this is the portion that's causing all of the delays over here. That little bridge over that takes on Vernon Avenue. A construction worker a couple weeks ago hit a power line in that area, and there was a permitting delay between Xcel Energy and the railroad company that has tracks underneath the bridge. That finally got worked out on Friday, but this project has been delayed by weeks because of all of that. So they will not hit their target date of November to wrap this entire project up. I am told that this part is expected to be done by them, but that permitting delay putting things behind schedule for workers here in Edina.
And you know, construction projects can impact nearby businesses. It makes it difficult sometimes for customers to get in and out. So what are nearby businesses saying about the situation?
Well, it's been really tough. Their customers not only have had to deal with the bridges being gone in this area while they're being rebuilt, but they've also had to deal with a lot of ramp closures. And this has cut off access to the Grandview area of businesses on this portion of the highway, but also those over on 50th and France on the other side of Edina. So I spoke with a nearby restaurant owner about how he's navigating all of this.
I think the most phone calls that we're getting lately is, how do we get to you, right? With the bridge being closed off, you know, depending if you're coming north, you got to go down to Benton. So we've been just trying to communicate as best we can.
The City of Edina recently launched an initiative to help drive back business. It's called Worth the Detour, so patrons can come to businesses in the area, collect stamps, to make sure people know that these businesses are still open in the midst of all this construction.
Yeah, that can be a long haul for them. We've also seen some lane closures on Highway 100. So are those related to this bigger project as well?
They are not related to this bridge construction. We've gotten a couple questions about that. I just got off the phone with MnDOT. Those lane closures are due to some sign replacement and repaving work that's being done in the same area as this big bridge reconstruction. That is expected to wrap up pretty soon, but drivers in the area have noticed those lane closures and all of those orange cones that hopefully will be gone by the time that the snow falls, Kelsey.
It's a lot to take in for that area. They're going to need a parade or something when it's all over. To celebrate. All right. Thank you, Mary. Appreciate that update there at Highway 100.
I feel like we need a parade for all of the construction projects when they are finally completed, because it looks beautiful at the end, but it's just the journey to get there.
Right. Yeah. The hassle factor as you're sitting in traffic, wondering how long it's going to take you to get where you need to.
Bright side, with this weather, you can have all the windows down. You can take the top off of the convertible, or you know what? You can just make your own convertible.
Huh. How do we do that?
I mean, you destroy the top of your car, but you could do it.
Oh, you mean like literally digging?
Yeah.
That's something. I'd get out some frustration at the same time. You're fine.
Today's first day of fall, right?
It is.
Yeah, and
Happy
check out
first
the
day of
tie on Cody Maps.
Oh,
I may or may not have chosen this tie on purpose.
Stop.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Just a coincidence.
It's just a sheer coincidence.
Just because it's Monday.
Yeah, it's a Monday. It's Orange Monday. We have Purple Friday around here. We're going to start having our Orange Monday. because why not? It was a beautiful day after some late night rains. Well, I shouldn't say late night. It was evening rains last night. Managed about a half-inch of rain in my house in Burnsville, but just shy of an inch officially at MSP Airport. Most of the east side of town, though, from Rosemount to Eagan, Hastings, northward towards Stillwater, Hugo, White Bear Lake, an inch plus. There were pockets of 3-plusers. Rosemount over 3, Hastings over 3, River Falls, Wisconsin over 3. So there was a lot of water in some cases, and of course we had some large hail as well. We'll talk more about that here in a little bit. 74 is where we sit right now, so we're done with the rain. We're done with the thunderstorm activity. Temperature's very nice, unless you get real close to Lake Superior, where it's a little cool in the low 60s, but most of us have made it well into the 70s. We've seen a few white puffy clouds this afternoon after some morning cloud cover and some pocket fog. That is expected to continue again tonight. In fact, there's already a dense fog advisory starting at 10 o'clock tonight. Northeastern Minnesota, northwest Wisconsin, visibility a quarter mile or less. Admittedly, we may see this expand in towards the Twin Cities metro if it ends up a bit thicker and a bit more widespread than currently expected. So keep that in mind for late tonight and tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, whatever storms are out there is now dropping to the south across portions of Iowa. Tonight, there will be pockets of dense fog, especially north of the metro. Metro, probably some low clouds. Overnight low at 58. Tomorrow, we'll do it all over again with temperatures topping out. Generally low to middle 70s. We'll go for a high of 74. Once we get rid of the morning clouds, we'll see plenty of afternoon sun. That 70 forecast, to quote an 80s movie, it looks choice. We'll talk that coming up here at 5:19. And can you guess the movie?
No.
I'm horrible, I guess, in movies.
That's all right. I'll mention it at 5:19.
Okay, I can't wait. I'm going to keep thinking on it. Don't tell us, okay?
I won't say a word.
All right.
Don't cheat either.
Thanks, Cody.
Yeah.
All right, what is the future of downtown St. Paul? Several city and business leaders discussing that topic in a roundtable today.
The challenges the city faces as officials try to bring more people downtown. And the Vikings blow out the Bengals, and we can't stop talking about one player today. Don Mitchell joins us with more on Isaiah Rodgers' incredible Sunday game. But first, here's a look at your drive times tonight.